Happy Cyber Monday, everybody. RJ Bates III here. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. I did. It was refreshing. It was great spending time with family. I love the holidays, but what I want to talk about is one of the holidays is over, right? Thanksgiving is over. Now this awkward gap for businesses in between Thanksgiving and Christmas, right? A lot goes on during this time of the year, normally in our personal lives, right? We have to do Christmas shopping. We're planning our travels, when we're going to be spending and where we're going to be spending Christmas, Christmas Eve, New Year's, all of these different holiday events, right? In our personal lives kind of become a priority, as they should, right? This is what we do our business for, is spending time with our families and our loved ones. And that's just as important as business. But I'm coming to you today to talk to you about the business side of things, making sure that, hey, we don't get wrapped up in the Thanksgiving hangover, right? That holiday is over. And we want to talk about, hey, New Year's resolutions, what we're going to do in 2024. Moving forward, we're going to set these goals, these lofty aspirations as far as revenue goals or deal goals. What you do this month is how you're going to start 2024. Every call that you place now over the next couple of weeks, more than likely, is going to close early 2024. These are going to be the first checks that you cash. So today's video is coming to you from the perspective of, hey, we've come to you. We've talked about the King Closers formula. We just got done. Hopefully you picked up our Black Friday special where you had the King Closers formula. You picked up Cassie's comping and underwriting. If you haven't, it's still available today for Cyber Monday. The profit calculator, which I think is like our silver bullet on understanding where end buyers buy, right? That's how we're understanding that we're getting good deals. So let's assume that you've picked those up and you're prepared now. Now it's time to take action today, right now. As soon as you finish watching this video, it's time to start taking action, because these are going to be the deals that you start 2024 with. So where are we going to get our deals from? Well, for us, nothing is changing on the marketing side of things. We're still heavy LeadZolo, which hopefully you picked up their Black Friday special. They gave you 50% off, which is crazy. Leads for like $67 or something. Insane for inbound leads. Okay. Now, LeadZolo, then we're cherry picking our leads from Speed to Lead. So Speed to Lead is PPC leads inbound, right? And they have a marketplace where you could go on there and you could see, hey, this person has a highly distressed property. They want to sell ASAP. Gives you a short little clip of like information that the seller is giving you, and you could choose which ones you want to buy in what cities. And then we have our data that we pull from batch leads being cold called by our virtual assistants through Integria. Now, it's very vital that over these next couple of weeks, you're ramping up and you're placing more calls than ever before, because there are going to be some times where you're just not going to be able to call. I got a lot of questions over Thanksgiving on, hey, RJ, when do you feel like it's appropriate to call sellers and not call? Now, I personally believe you should never call a seller on Thanksgiving. You should never call on Christmas. You should never call on Easter. And you probably shouldn't call on the 4th of July. Outside of that, you're pretty wide open. I don't even mind New Year's. There's a certain level of like hustle that comes along with calling someone on New Year's. I personally don't do it, but it's not a religious holiday. So you're not going to get people, kind of giving you that backlash. And if they are highly motivated, they'll probably still talk to you. Now, I will say, we will not be calling on New Year's either. Okay. Now, Christmas Eve, I think you're good to call until about 4 p.m. Okay. After that, people are getting ready for Christmas Eve service. Some people have their Christmas Eve night with families. You don't want to be interrupting that calling at like 5, 6, 7 p.m. All right. But in between there's that week gap in between Christmas and New Year's. I think that's a huge opportunity for us. A lot of people take time off. And so if you're receiving inbound leads from places like LeadZolo, as soon as those are hitting, you need to be calling those immediately. You receive the lead 13 seconds after they've entered their information on the website. So it's critical for you to be calling those immediately, just as if they were on your own website. All right. Now, one of the things that you need to be doing this week is kind of planning out your entire December, kind of laying down the blueprint for you as far as when you're going to work, when you're going to be able to call sellers, and when family and the holidays are going to impact your ability to do that. And then reverse engineer it to where you're still getting out the same, if not more calls than you normally do on just a regular month like September or August or something like that. And the facts are there are going to have to be days in December where maybe you need to add in an extra hour or an extra half hour. That makes a huge difference when you look at the full scope of work that you did in a month like December. If you add on in the first couple of weeks a half hour every single day, then that can make up for days that you lose due to the holidays. And again, these are the calls. These are the dials that start off our 2024. If you're locking something up on December 10th, it needs to be a conversation with the seller about when do they want to close. So this is one of those things that we talk about in the closer's formula when you're closing the deal. So, right, we start off the call verifying that they want to sell. Yes, we get their price out of them. We ask them what's going on with the property. We find out their pain, their motivation, the condition, everything like that. We're entering in the numbers into the profit calculator. We're underwriting that deal. We're ready to say, yes, it's a good deal. At that point in time, we need to verify what their schedule looks like. Just as much as we're scheduling everything around the holidays and family and what we have to do for Christmas and New Year's, so do these sellers. It was funny. I did a call last, 2 weeks ago. Seller said, I definitely want to close before Christmas. So we set the closing date on December 22nd. Now, my immediate assumption on that call was, do you want to close after the holidays? But no, the motivation outweighed that. The seller said, no, I definitely want to close as soon as possible. If we can put it before the holidays, that would be great. So as you're getting to the closing of this, that should be a point of conversation. What does your schedule look like around the holidays? When would be your preferred time to close? Now, the other part of that is don't make any promises to a seller that you can't live up to. So if a seller says, I'd like to close on December 22nd, don't say yes if that's not giving you enough time to do your recon, get pictures of it, do dispositions, get walkthroughs. Because here's the other thing that's going to happen. Title companies are going to move slower because they're going to be taking time off. Buyers are also going to be slightly more difficult, especially when we get like after December 20th. It's going to be a lot more difficult to get the buyers to go walk the properties and make us offers. So don't make a promise to a seller that you can't live up to, because one of the last things you want to do is have to call a seller 3 days before Christmas and ask for an extension. You want to talk about a way that you can ruin all the rapport that you built with a seller is by backing out of a promise that you made on closing and buying their property and asking for an extension. We don't want to do that. So be open and transparent about it. Hey, the holidays is going to make this really difficult with the title companies and everybody taking time off. I think it would, I know you want to close before the holidays, but I think it would make more sense for us to push this after. Okay. So make your schedule where you understand when you're going to be getting out the same amount of calls that you normally would in this month of December. Have the conversations with the sellers about the closing, understand what their desires are, make sure it's something that you can live up to, and just realistically understand that these calls that you are making in the month of December are the first checks that are going to be cash for you in 2024. This is where the year starts right now. So all the goals that we're going to set for ourselves, all the aspirations that we have, start right now. That's why it's critical that you have the formula and you also understand where your marketing is coming from. So like I said, LeadZolo, speed to lead, batch leads is pulling our data. Our VAs from Integrity are cold calling these. This is where our leads are coming from. Now, for those of you that might be doing something different like direct mail, we're not doing a lot of direct mail right now. You definitely need to have batches of direct mail going out right now. Otherwise, what are you going to be closing in the month of December? Don't wait. So often we kind of phone in December because we think it's going to be a difficult month for us. It doesn't have to be that way. All right. So my kind of push to you guys is, hey, one holiday is over. Now's the time to go close some deals, baby. It's action time. You went out, you bought the Black Friday product. Let's take action. Use it today. Don't wait for tomorrow. If you don't have a lead, go buy a lead from Speed to Lead right now and place that call. Put the formula into action. Put the profit calculator into action. Start getting those reps in, because the more reps that you can get in, the faster you're going to get to closing deals. All right. The other thing is how am I prepping for 2024? We talked about how we are going to prepare for the month of December that leads to January. Okay. Now, for me personally, I love this time of year. This is my favorite time of the year. I love hoodies. It's cold. Football season's winding down. All the games matter. Hook 'em horns, baby. So, listen, this year, what I am focused on is really buying in to the foundation that we laid in 2023. And listen, if you guys have been following over the past month, just the past month, you don't even have to go back to the 50-day challenge or anything like that. Just the past month, you're getting the hands-on foundation that I'm talking about. That foundation that we laid where for 50 days straight, 8 hours a day, winning the closers limits again, putting together the closer formula, me and Cassie sitting down and having in-depth conversations about how can this be replicated over and over and over again, wrapping up the crucible, starting the closers formula. All of that is that foundation that we're talking about. You guys have direct access to it now. That's why it's critical. If you're watching this on Cyber Monday and you haven't bought the Black Friday product, today is the last day you can get it for that price. Make sure you purchase it so you have that foundation going into this year, knowing that, hey, I don't need to look around for any more shiny objects. I know for a fact that the way that we taught the sellers, the way that we analyze deals works. You don't have to worry about what market you're going into, what their buy box is, or anything like that. With the profit calculator, Cassie's underwriting, you know where in buyers buy now. That's where you need to be locking deals up. With my closers formula, you know how to get sellers to tell you the price that works for your end buyers. You don't even have to make offers anymore. Now you're just able to close deals, and that's what the point of today's call is. Now is the time to go close deals. There's nothing else that you need. And I tell you, I've been doing this. The podcast started in 2017. Really started putting out content 2019, somewhere around there. 2020, started doing the 50-day challenges, live seller calls, all this. I have been asked repeatedly so many questions as to why people refuse to take action. Just by making the choice today to say, I've got a product, let me watch it, let me start taking action, you're so far ahead in the game of everyone else because so many people will not watch all of the modules. They'll only take half of the information and implement it. They'll say it's Cyber Monday. We'll start calling on Tuesday. Not you. You start calling today, you're ahead of the majority. This is how I know we win over and over and over again, because we're consistent as a tree. Over and over and over again, every single day. You know where Titanium Investments is. It's right here in this office, right here at this desk. And what are we doing? We're talking to sellers. We're following the formula. We're underwriting deals to find out where the end buyers buy. And then we're locking them up. And then we're doing dispositions. We're going to get to dispositions here in the next couple of live videos. I know you guys have been asking about that. InvestorLift, greatest dispositions tool out there, makes it real easy. So I'm going to do a lot more dispositions lives for you soon. But the key is right now for you guys, do some sort of marketing, whatever it is. If you feel like you can't afford LeadZolo, start cold calling yourself. Buy a lead off of Speed to Lead. Something. Make sure you're taking action. You're talking to sellers today, because that puts you ahead of so many. It puts you ahead of the masses. And I know you might be sitting there going, there's no way, RJ. I know there's so many people out there that are talking to sellers today. That's not accurate. There are so many people that would rather watch this video for 8 minutes instead of the full 20, and then go watch another video of someone else, hoping that there's going to be a unicorn given in that video to where they don't have to take action. And it's just bullshit. Unicorns don't exist, okay? What does exist is constant action taking. If that exists in your world, success will follow you. That's how you plan for a massive 2024. Go do that. You do that, you're going to have success. I want to keep today's video short, this week's video short, okay? And here's the reason why. I'm out of town. This isn't even me. I'm not even live right now, okay? Am I AI? I don't know. We'll let you guys try to decide. But I'm out of town right now, training a team on how to close deals. That's what I'm doing right now. My team is sitting right there, buying and selling deals all across the United States. Couldn't be more proud of those kids. I want you to go do the same thing. You have the exact same training that my team has. If you have the closer's formula, you have Cassie's comping and underwriting the profit calculator, and you know what leads we're getting, you've got it all. Let's go, baby. Let's go close some deals. It's time. There's nothing else to wait for. See you guys next.